5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. All engine running. Liftoff. We have a liftoff.
Hello and welcome everyone to Truth, Beer, and Consequences.
Woohoo!
Woot woot!
Yes, indeed. So you heard three voices, so we got three people here today.
Hell yeah.
This is a podcast where my co-hosts and I listen to and watch all the Cincinnati-based craft beer media from the previous week, and then we get together to podcast host. And today we are
Back!
You were
Yeah.
just like a millisecond away. You were so close.
at Higher Gravity Summit Park. Thank you, Higher Gravity, for being a gracious podcast host. My name is Marco. I'm in the alcohol space. Confirmed.
True that, yeah.
Yep,
I also used to brew beer for a local brewery. The two voices you heard, one belongs to the Gnarly Gnome. The other belongs to the best co-host in Podcastlandia.
I'm Julia, and I'm going to block you.
Yeah, I'm going to block you.
I'm going to block you.
I don't have an Android, but I buy one. I'm going to block you.
What?
Did you not watch
didn't-
the link that I sent?
I guess not.
He was camping, I guess.
Yeah, that's
not.
true. That's true.
Glamping.
He was glamping.
Look,
I haven't,
Which
put
we'll
it on-
talk about.
I haven't had devices.
yeah,
for
put it
days.
on the
This is
poll. If
true.
you can pee inside, is it camping?
If you can or if you do.
If you...
Ooh, good
Oh,
question.
You can always pee
You
inside.
can always
It's-
pee inside,
It's a matter
yeah,
of how
yeah.
far you have to go to do it.
This is true. You are raising some existential questions here.
If you got to walk to Brewery 33 to take a poop, is it camping?
You just go deeper into the woods. I mean, I don't know why you have to go anywhere else.
I don't remember what the bathroom
Just make
looked
sure
like
you
at
don't
Brewery
pick out the
33.
spicy toilet paper leaves.
Right.
Well, that's fine. It just makes things exciting.
Oh, I don't want that kind of excitement in my life. Yeah, yeah.
No, same.
Check the show notes, and you'll see exactly who is being blocked and why.
Correct.
Yes.
All right. So the thoughts and opinions on this podcast are ours and ours alone. They do not reflect any entity which we may be affiliated with, such as full-time jobs, part-time jobs, third jobs, higher gravity, any
Dishwashers.
anything of that nature. Now, that goes for
Baristas.
myself
And me.
and Julia.
Not me.
The Gnarly Gnome can speak for whoever he wants to speak.
All of my thoughts and opinions go for Brewery 33 out in Hocking Hills.
Hocking Hills,
The
okay.
only place to poop when you are camping.
That's not true.
No? Oh.
No, when you're camping,
Isn't that
you
what Marco just said?
poop anywhere.
Dude, there will be poop.
There will be
There
poop.
will be poop.
You know my favorite place to camp? Or my favorite place to poop?
Where?
The woods when I'm camping.
There you go. There you go. Yeah.
All right. No, what you drinking? We're not like those fake ass podcasts.
Don't even know
out
what's
there.
happening. This is
We're not like
It
those
doesn't
fake ass
matter. It doesn't
podcasts.
matter.
We
Some-
really do the work for you people.
Some
For
kind of a
you
session IPA.
People.
other half, maybe.
Probably other half. It's
Anybody
hazy
know
as
what's up
fuck.
there?
I didn't hear the
It's
first
like
few. I heard you say session IPA.
Super
and I-
Rad, something like that. That's a
That
Aquabat
sounds
song. That's
right.
not right.
Might be a beer name too.
It might be.
Yeah.
Whatever.
I don't know.
Hazy.
It's a hazy session IPA, and it's kind of good.
Yeah. All right.
I mean, it's not
It's a bit
IPA,
on the
but
it's a bit on the
it's
soft
good.
side, but it's good. Okay.
Yeah, definitely
looks
on the soft
soft.
side. It's very soft.
All right.
That looks so soft.
It's like sucking on a cloud.
Not always a bad thing.
No.
No?
No.
I have Paradox from Esoteric. It is their Belgian pale ale, and it is nice and bubblegummy and delicious. Mm-hmm. And Marco.
I have a Party Tricks IPA from AleSmith, which I probably had on the pod before.
You may have.
Yeah, it's fine.
All right, we have two pieces of content to talk about today, which
All
means
right.
plenty of time for shenanigans. We have an episode of Barstool Perspective.
Yeah.
We have an episode of The Weekly Pint.
TWP.
You know. Mm-hmm. And you know
do.
what? Actually, we kind of have three. We can talk a bit about your camping cocktail video that you put out on YouTube last
Yeah.
week as well, because technically that
Not
falls
beer.
into.
And a friendly
But-
shout out to a couple of beers that put out a Memorial Day episode talking about crispy boys
Yes.
and what to drink for Memorial Day. Also, as always, we mentioned that Adam put out his weekly Q&A or monthly Q&A. His monthly Industry Pro
yeah.
is going to be recorded tomorrow as we record this. So it's Wednesday, which would have been 2 days ago as you hear this podcast, unless you are a Patreon.
And then it's only one day.
And it's only one day.
confused yet? I know.
Yes.
I am. Yeah.
I'm very confused.
And this is, for us, episode 200 of Truth, the Beer, and Consequence.
200.
Happy birthday.
Thank you.
Well, I guess it's not a birthday.
Not really
It's
a birthday, but it's still
some kind of a celebration.
Yeah.
a
We have
bicentennial.
outlived or beat into submission so many other local podcasts.
Yes.
It's true.
Yeah.
They couldn't handle us talking about them, is what it was.
What is the number that you think most podcasts hit?
We actually looked at all of
Well,
the
I
ones
think he
that
means in general
Just in
overall.
general.
Oh, in general overall.
In the industry.
So not just Cincinnati beer related.
Yeah,
Correct.
just in general.
I'm going to say most podcasts hit an average of 50 episodes before they
I'm going to take the
die
under.
off.
Definitely under.
Okay. What does David say?
I'm trying to figure out what the good question
What a good
to ask is.
Along with
Ugh, what a good
political
prompt
things, I try not to look at, watch, and I try to say this content isn't for me. There are many posts that I see now of AI models refusing to turn themselves off. And I'm trying to ignore them.
Yeah.
7 to 10.
And,
That's really depressing.
That is depressing. I feel like if you can make it past...
I need to do some more research into what
I feel
that
like if
number
you can
means.
make it past 10 episodes, that's kind of the first milestone to be like, okay, we're doing this. But then after like 20 or 50, that's when it's either cemented. That's when it's, okay, this is part of what we're doing. Or it just...
Episode
starts
10
to-
was kind of a big deal for us because that was
Sure.
the first one with the big board.
That's true.
So
That is true.
we started,
I forgot about
and
that.
we pretty quickly, number one, realized that we should have followed your advice now,
Mm-hmm.
and then number two, that the equipment we had was making it tough for Julia to do the editing, and it made it tough to have
Guests or anyone
guests or
Yeah.
anyone else.
Yeah.
So we plunked
I
down.
wouldn't have been able to been here.
You could have been here,
but we would
I
have
just
been
had to
sharing
yell.
a mic.
yeah, you'd be sharing a mic with me like you did a ping pong ball.
Yeah.
Oh, God. I was going to say like you did with John when, our first
True,
guest on
John
the show.
Lee.
You were, yeah.
Shout out to John over
Lee.
Better example, I guess.
Over at Nine Giant. Yeah.
You don't need a mic to share the ping pong balls.
It's true.
You do need a mic
No,
to
you don't.
fully
Normally we
participate
do
on the
it
pod.
when we're not
Yeah.
recording.
Correct. No mics around usually.
I'm leaving that one exactly where it is. Not
Well,
going
I got a
anywhere
couple
with
of
that.
ping pong balls I'm going to give you.
Happy,
no.
happy number 200, guys. It's
Thank you.
Thank you.
Eventually
is a big
we'll
deal.
catch up to you. Not really.
No, I don't. Well,
No, because that would mean he would have to stop
not
Right.
in
he
order
would
for
have
us to
to
catch
stop,
up. So,
yeah.
Yep.
that's a testament to a couple of things. Number one, the encouragement and support from a lot of people, including yourself, Gnome, and the people that are special to us and dear to us, Julie and I. Sorry to speak for you.
You're good. I'll correct you if you're
You
wrong.
know, our family, but also it is not prioritizing things that I think people prioritize when they get into this, such as sponsorships and downloads.
yeah.
And with that not being the main reason why we, number one, started it, and number two, keep doing it, it makes it easy for us to keep going. And what we said was important, which was number one, to have fun. And number two is we were going to listen to all this content or watch the content anyway.
This just gave us an outlet to talk about it.
Right.
That we were able to let other people hear the conversations that we were having.
Right.
And promote those other content creators all in that same breath.
Right.
Thanks for coming along for the ride, everyone.
Yeah, thank you, everybody. And thank you, Gnome. And to all of you out there who listen that are part of podcasts and things, content that we talked about in the past, we didn't unsubscribe.
Nope. You
We're
put out an
still-
episode.
If you
we
put out
know
an
about it.
episode, we know about it and we'll talk about it. And if someday, it works its way into the future, we'd be happy for that.
I will speak for all of the listeners because that's what I am. I'm a listener to the show. I just happen to show up, and sometimes you guys have a mic set up for me. Sometimes I don't think everybody else understands this and realizes this. Sometimes I'm here and I'm sitting at the table talking,
yeah.
and they pretend like I'm not here, and they say that I'm not here, and
Yeah.
I'm just blabbing off mic because they won't give me a microphone.
I'm actually surprised no one's commented on. Isn't that Gnome in the background? Did you have his mic off? It's like no.
Yeah, I'm always here.
You're
every
always,
single
yes.
time.
Jesus, remind me.
Even on those Kolsch nights, I'm here just yelling,
Oh,
and I'm like, shit. Now I got to go and get to Kolsch night. And maybe they'll hang out with me there. But from all the listeners, I could say that like this show is fun because podcasts, one of the only kind of media outlets that almost everybody consumes by themselves. We listen to podcasts in the shower or on the way to work or mowing the grass or whatever it is. But we listen by ourselves. And so to have this thing where then you can kind of hear other people talking about it and consume it with other people, it feels like you're having this group of people that can kind of talk about the show with you. And I think that's fun as a podcast fan.
Well, thank you.
Thank you, buddy.
Yeah.
Our
Thank
goal
you
is
much.
to,
I look forward to the next 3 episodes before the show pod fades.
Yeah.
yes, we will right up
Listen.
into the podcast sunset.
Yeah.
Speaking of, we have an idea for next week's show if you are going to be around.
Doesn't involve ping pong balls.
No. No.
We'll see.
I bet if we tried really hard, it could.
I am not going to control what you shove up your ass, but I'm going to say
This time.
If you could, what would you have me shove up there?
No.
If you had complete control over my bunghole.
Well, I don't want it. All right, let's go over Gnome's camping cocktail video first, just because that'll be the quickest video to go over.
And because I got to leave in a few minutes.
And you have to leave in a few minutes. So you were hanging out in the backyard, and you said, kind of want to get some content out there. You were getting ready to go on your camping trip, and so you said, you know what? I like cocktails. We make cocktails when camping, but they're very simplified cocktails because you don't want to be bringing 15 different bottles.
Can I tell you the real source of the video?
Sure.
It was at Jungle Gyms, and on the shelf I saw a beverage that it was called Boing, and how do you not buy something called Boing?
Boy, were there multiple flavors of Boing, or was that the
I
only?
don't know. I just
Don't
grabbed the first one and then ran away giggling. So I'm now going to go back and see if there's more Boing.
Oh, good God. So it was a shorter video, but you showed how to make a 2-ingredient margarita with Boing. No. I'm wrong.
Strawberry daiquiri.
Strawberry daiquiri. I
Yeah.
didn't actually take notes on it because I thought I would remember, and I didn't.
That's fine.
It was a strawberry alcoholic beverage
It was.
that sounded absolutely delicious. I would drink the Boing on its own, it sounded like.
I did. I drank a little bit of it on its own. It was pretty good.
Pretty good?
Yeah, pretty good.
Excellent. So check out the Gnarly Gnome on YouTube for all the content there. And if you need to know how to make a 2-ingredient cocktail, here you go. This is the video for you.
It's not really a cocktail.
It's not. I
That's
was going to
true,
say,
that's true.
according to
Camp
the way
cocktail.
that
According
you
to Gnome, it has to be more than three or
it's
more
three.
ingredients. Yes.
3 at least.
Yep.
Would ice count as an ingredient?
No.
Okay, I'm just asking. I'm just
Nope.
picking at semantics here.
Nope.
All right. Do we want
I
to
think
go?
it's kind of like in cooking. It's like, yeah, salt's an ingredient, but
It's-
if you're going to make a 5-ingredient meal, salt is a given.
Yeah.
That's fair. In the essence of time, respect for your time, Gnome, do you want to talk about Barstool Perspective or the Weekly Pint?
Barstool.
All right, this is the episode that they went live on May the 23rd, 2025. This is a bubble-free summer. The biggest new thing is going to be sparkle-free Prosecco and maybe beer. They touch more on the Prosecco side of things.
How is that even
in this.
Prosecco?
Isn't that just
It's not Prosecco, but-
Right. Wouldn't that just make it just a wine?
Yeah, it's wine.
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
still
so it's
wine.
Like it's right. I don't understand how this is a
I mean, I
big
guess
new thing.
I don't know enough about Prosecco to like champagne is made from certain types of grapes.
Sure.
It has to be certain grape
Certain
varietals.
regions. Yeah.
Is that the same with Prosecco? Like you have to have certain grapes in there, so then maybe it's just with.
I
those
don't know.
grapes.
I don't know enough to know.
Educate
Prosecco
us.
is a type of sparkling white wine originating from the Veneto region in northeast Italy.
Italy.
Yeah.
So you take out the bubbles and it's just white wine.
It's just Italian white wine.
It's made from the Glera grape. Okay.
Sure.
Although a small amount of other grapes can be added back to the blend. Okay.
All right.
Maybe, I don't know how many other wines are using this Glera grape thing. Maybe I'll buy it. You know what? Like the more I read that little description, maybe.
You'd buy the grapes or you'd buy Prosecco? flat prosecco, non-bubbly.
I would try it.
would
Again,
you do?
Non-bubbly
I don't-
prosecco is just white wine.
Yeah.
Yes, so is Prosecco. Prosecco is a white wine.
It is, but it's carbonated.
Maybe not. That said nothing about carbonation.
This is true. It didn't. Ooh, yeah. I see. Okay, I see where you're going with that.
Okay, that's fine.
I think most of the Prosecco that we are used to maybe
Is
is
carbonated.
carbonated. Maybe
Yeah.
maybe it doesn't have to be though.
Okay, that's fine.
Okay.
I would try it, and I would make my judgment then.
Yeah, I feel like we need to find somewhere with prosecco on tap and do research.
Get in the truck.
Let's get in the truck. Before we get in the truck, though,
But I don't think it'd be great in mimosas. Would a flat
I mean-
mimosa be okay?
Yeah, it'd be fine.
sure, yeah,
Okay, never mind.
Wouldn't be
Yeah.
as good, but it'd be fine.
it'd be fun.
All right,
Yeah, I
fine,
mean,
yeah.
you're still getting drunk off of it, so
Yeah.
Drop an Alka-Seltzer in there, and then you're accomplishing a couple of different
Perfect.
things.
This is true. This is very true. Memorial
called
Day
thinking about the
weekend.
future.
There you go. It's you. Memorial Day weekend is the beer weekend. There are normally close to $1 billion. That's with a B. Dollars spent in beer over the Memorial weekend.
What does that? What does
holiday.
that tell us about us?
That's how we salute our fallen service men and women.
We get fucking drunk.
Get drunk.
Yes.
Get drunk,
We get drunk for you.
But Brett and Mike were
grill
saying,
meats, and buy mattresses.
yeah.
Like, what?
No, you're not wrong. You're not wrong. Some of that may be down this year due to other beverages being more readily available, seltzers, THC beverages, and the like.
Yeah.
I don't think
Yeah,
it's. I don't know if it's going to be like a staggeringly different number, but I think it will be somewhat noticeable. Like I think you're going, okay, yes.
I think
this
it'll
is
be pretty flat from what it was last
1.5
year. Is my
versus 2.
anticipation.
My guess is the same. Pretty flat from last year. Like everyone who is buying beer at their rate is still going to buy beer at their rate,
yeah.
and then people are going to buy the seltzers and
Yeah,
THC.
I think
beverages.
THC is the thing you're going to look at and be like, oh my God, look at how much more
That-
of that
yeah,
they sold.
yeah.
If there's actually numbers for that, which I don't think we really have.
But it's the same like non-alc, right? It's like category is still so small. You don't need a big number to bump it up 10%. You
Yeah.
know, and 10% growth is still a small number.
Yeah.
That's true. That's true.
That's what I always say. It's 10% bigger, and that's an important thing to talk about.
Yeah.
Something that I would absolutely watch: drug-enhanced Olympics.
I would watch it.
Apparently,
Wouldn't go,
no,
but I'd
I would
watch it.
not go. I will watch it on TV, but I will stay far, far away. Apparently, it's coming to Vegas because where else would this happen?
Where else? Tallahassee.
Oh, anywhere in Florida, really. I
feel like there's a lot of
let's be honest.
Drug
That-
Olympics in Tallahassee.
Yeah.
What
Trump Doral
Olympic
Golf course.
sport
drug.
would you be
enhanced
most?
Olympics.
And this is winter and summer.
Winter and
I'm
summer.
throwing any sport, any Olympic
What drug?
sport, just any
Mixture of
drug-addled-
drugs?
Let's go with.
Because I think there's different sports that I want different drugs with.
yeah. Well, okay, so just which drug-addled sport would you be most interested in seeing? And we'll just
So,
say
here's an important
drug
qualifier I
is-
need to ask.
Yes.
If it's a sport involving an animal, does the animal have to stay clean?
Yes. Yeah, no, the animals have to be drugged up too. Everybody's got to be drugged up.
So
Wow,
if you're
okay,
doing
this
that
changes
that
everything.
like
but
equestrian
it can be like steroids though. You could have like a
Right,
big
right.
beefy like
right.
steroid.
So if you have
horse.
like that equestrian dancing or whatever,
With a roided up.
and with a roided up horse, you know,
or coke.
is that coked up horse or whatever? Is that okay?
Yeah.
Or are we just
Sure,
like is
yeah.
PETA going to shut us down?
Well, I mean, it's Vegas, so
Yeah.
PETA doesn't count. for
Ceiling
Vegas.
can't hold us.
This is completely hypothetical. What Olympic sport would you be the most excited to watch, knowing the participants are completely drugged up?
I think if there was still that, and there still may be that competition in the Winter Olympics where somebody had to ski and shoot,
Yeah, that's still-
and
I believe.
all that other shit.
Yeah,
like,
they cross country.
biathlon, something like that.
Something like that,
called
yeah.
something.
yeah, like
Yeah.
that one where they had to do all that competing. Like
That's a good one because
Yeah.
It is a good
there's
one.
parts of the competition that like
You need
weed would help
endurance,
with. Like
yeah.
you need the focus, and then there's other ones that you need some coke.
Yeah.
But you can't do both because then it's going to mess everything up.
What about
Right.
leveling the
Choose.
playing field and giving everyone like LSD or something? So some people are going to have bad trips and think like the Yeti's coming after them.
That'd be fun.
What are they shooting at? Who are they shooting at? Good God, this is going to get really It has to be one person on the course at a time, I feel like.
I'm going with
Just-
cocaine gymnastics.
Oh, that would be fun.
Do you know how high they would
That-
bounce?
Ooh, what
Walking
would,
off the mat, just all.
They would spin so many times.
so many
And,
spins.
someone would be like climbing up on the rings.
Yeah.
Like, they're just like,
all the way to the top.
I'm up to the top.
What's the cross?
The
called?
iron
That's
cross?
Like the iron cross. Yeah, and just be like,
That might be
been
my
30.
pick.
It's been 37 minutes, and he's still holding strong.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, God.
I'm like, oh my God, it's been 10 minutes. He's still pommeling that horse.
Or maybe like the rowing where they got all those people in the boat and they're all going all crazy rowing.
Yeah.
Weed for that one. So they're all, man, let's just slow
It's
it down
slow-
for a minute.
It's
Like,
the slowest row.
look at these waves.
It's the rowing sponsored by Snoop Dogg.
I think I might go overly stoned curling. Because it's already kind of a
I think that's
slow,
already what
you
it
know I
is.
mean?
I'm pretty sure that's
yeah,
a
you're
bad
probably
choice
not
because they
wrong.
probably are
Yeah.
already stoned.
It's so slow, man. It's so slow.
So slow, bro.
I do like the coked out gymnastics. I think that would
It's
be
a lot of spinning.
so many flips.
Yeah, it's just like,
Flipping all the way off the mat.
Like what kind of like
You know how all the
Medical
teammates are on the sideline
yeah.
clapping? They're not clapping. They're flipping. Like
They're
there's just flipping happening all around.
everyone's just running on the thing
everyone's
at
just
the
like,
same
just like rubbing their nose real quick.
Oh my God. Absolutely amazing. So keep an eye on
Donald
your,
Jr. would be there. It'd be amazing.
He's going to be
to support the country.
Yes, correct.
Gotcha. Yeah,
That's
yeah.
why. To support the
Exactly.
country.
Not
Exactly.
any other reason.
No,
definitely
no,
not.
Of course.
Definitely
No.
not. Coming down from that high conversation, people under 20 don't know dick, which probably. Probably.
DicksPotatoChips.com.
Get your dicks. They are the best in the freaking world.
I know a lot about duck dicks.
You do now.
Mm-hmm.
You're welcome. Is Diageo going to dick over Guinness because of tariffs?
No.
No.
Okay.
No.
Is
I like-
Diageo
I
going
like
to dick
that-
over Guinness? Maybe.
Right.
Maybe.
I like that Brett and Mike kind of mentioned that, and then they just immediately went over to Tilray, where are the weed drinks?
Mm-hmm.
They just completely glossed over anything else that Diageo may or may not be accused of or involved in at this point in time. And they didn't dive too much.
It's pretty
into
serious.
Yeah.
It's pretty serious.
I
But
think-
they didn't dive into it, so we don't have to.
So we don't have to, yes. You can sign up for Brett and Mike's Tilray cult today by simply sending an email to brewskies@gmail.com with Tilray in the subject line.
Yeah.
I'm definitely a member.
I am as well. Have you gotten your robe yet?
No.
Not yet? Okay.
No.
Okay. All right. It's a little
Probably lost in the mail.
it's a little tight for my liking, but you know what? Whatever
I have the
shows
welcome
that I am a
email. I
loyal
haven't sent
follower.
the $5,000 yet to be part of it.
I think at this point I have. If I add up all of the Patreon money. Yeah, I think,
Yep. I mean, if
Maybe-
I would say I'd sell my Tilray stock to pay for the
maybe they're
membership,
taking
but-
our investment and investing it in Tilray.
Tilray.
And then one day we're going to have a party at Chuck E. Cheese.
Is that trickle down economics
Yeah.
ish? Okay.
Yeah.
Perfect.
There's a lot of trickling at Chuck E. Cheese.
Ew. Moving on.
You got here. If they use all of the money to invest in Tilray to have a pizza party at Chuck E. Cheese, you're going to have to still bring $20
Oh, God,
for the
yeah,
party,
absolutely,
because it won't cover
Yeah.
all of it. What defines pizza for you guys? I mean, the pineapple is pineapple a pizza? Why or why not? And then
Well, pineapple in and of itself is not a pizza.
sure.
But
I
I'm fine
think
with it
that
on a
it's
pizza.
fine to be a topping on a
Okay.
pizza.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
It's fine.
Yeah.
What about a cauliflower crust?
That's starting to push the limits, but it is still a flatter disc with
Flat
some
turd?
flatter.
Flatter. Okay.
with some type of sauce and a topping on it.
Some kind of sauce.
Because it could be Alfredo, it could be ranch, it could
okay.
be
All
like a pesto, it could be a white sauce.
I have
a red
thoughts.
sauce.
Okay, but I want to hear Marco's opinion first before I
Okay.
tell you why you're wrong.
I don't mind calling any of those a pizza with whatever
I'm going to have to gnome-splain both of you
sauce
guys.
or any
Please,
of that.
please do.
What I would say is that
Gnome-icated.
once we start
Wait,
to
that
get
didn't
to
That's
a
different.
different, once we start to get to a different thing where, like, let's say the dough itself has already been made, like let's say a
Like a
stone-fired
bubbly-
naan,
oh.
and you're gonna make a
Ooh,
flatbread pizza. Like, to me, you can call it a flatbread pizza. Really, what it is a flatbread.
Flatbread.
But I mean, those other things where, the dough is actually being cooked, or the bottom vessel in the case of a cauliflower crust is still going into an oven and being cooked, and we're getting some sort of base toppings.
In my opinion,
Yes.
pizza needs to be actual pizza crust,
Okay.
red sauce, so a tomato-based sauce,
Okay.
and then at least cheese.
I don't have any arguments with that.
You can add some other stuff. I think that pineapple is an abomination on a pizza. I think it doesn't belong there, but it is still a pizza
That's fair.
as long as you have the base ingredients.
Okay.
I heard about this thing that people are making that I'm kind of curious to try. They're calling it a pizza, but the actual base is made with chicken.
I've heard of that too.
I
haven't seen that.
I
I
need
haven't
to try
heard
this.
this.
I need to make it. I need to try it.
I haven't
Yeah.
seen that.
So
I haven't
curious
heard that.
about it, but not a pizza.
Okay. Speaking of things that are low carb, gluten free, Mike talked about his days of beatboxing and hacky sacking, which,
I've
Based
done a little
on-
both in my life.
based off of some of the conversations we've had with some of our friends over the last few weeks, I don't want any further explanation of what he was doing on that piece of cardboard on the street corner.
Yeah.
Is RFK's 5%? I can't read my handwriting.
5% of what he says
5% something
is
with his
good.
food. Oh, is he 5% decent
That's
with
right.
his food program and dietary guideline revamp demands? More whole foods, less processed foods, etc.
It's I don't know how to judge all of this stuff. It's
Yeah.
like walking out in public, opening up the door. Hey, everybody should be healthier. And that's all you say. It's like, well, yeah. But what?
Yeah. Well, and
we
then
never
it's
get
like
the
when
next
the other
point.
95% of what he's saying is like absolute batshit insane.
There's already been someone in the public who has gone down this route.
Yeah.
As with school
Hulk Hogan?
lunches, and it's Jamie Oliver. He's fine, and there's a new Netflix special out, it's called something Table Legends or whatever, and they go into Jamie Oliver, like his come up and all that, and he actually championed the effort to make school lunches better in Britain, and it wound up happening. He wound up making that happen.
Personally, I'm of the belief that lunch should not necessarily be healthy. I think lunch should be fun. It should be the meal that you actually get to enjoy.
And it should be provided with like free of charge to kids because they're fucking kids and they need to eat.
I don't
That's a different subject, but
I don't disagree with any of that, but there's a way to make
Don't
it.
take away my Little Debbie snack cakes.
This is true.
I think there's a way to make all of it better than bad and still fun and
Sure,
you
sure.
know, and I don't mind at all with finding a way to provide lunch. If we're as taxpayers going to foot the bill for the school and the transportation and all this stuff, then let's go ahead and make sure that we can provide the lunch, not just to those who can't have it, but or can't afford it.
Sure.
But if I don't mind trying to find a way to figure it out.
Sure.
I only have the sip count and a multiple choice question. Mike took 16 sips in this episode.
Okay.
Brett took
fine.
17.
Oh.
They're both a little lower, but you know what?
Okay.
It's okay. It's okay.
Cute.
This was a
cute.
34-minute episode, so that is 33 total countables, total sips, 66 ounces, or 4.125 pints.
4 pints in 32 minutes?
34 minutes.
34
yeah.
minutes?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm decent.
All right.
Yeah.
Let's do
and
it.
then my multiple choice question.
Get in the truck.
Get in the truck.
What is the largest growing trend in the United States?
Zins.
You gotta let me.
Oh, wait, go ahead.
A, fizzless beer.
Okay.
B, grifting. Or
Okay.
C, penny stocks.
Ooh.
Oh, I love thinking about Tilray.
Even though
Getting
it's 40,
close.
even though it's 45
Getting
cents
there.
and not penny, that's I
getting
know. I'm
there.
like, you know what? Yeah, it's close enough.
Or is it D, Julia?
Whoa.
God
Why is it
damn.
corks? Oh. Marco is part
Marco's a
duck.
duck.
Did you see that? See that?
Unfortunately.
Yeah. Or is it D, Julia? Pineapple on everything.
Oh,
Oh.
God. No.
Oh.
Look, pineapple is fine, but it doesn't belong on pizza. It might still be a pizza, but it's.
I'm going to put pineapple on your hot dog
I'm-
next week.
I'm done with this bullshit. Don't talk about my hot dogs. Don't ever bring my hot dogs. Guys, I'm not joking.
I am going to.
no.
I'm going to mix
No.
mustard and
No.
pineapple in your hot dog.
Did we?
I'm out. I'm out.
Wait.
I'm going to put
out.
this.
Hold on.
I'm
Pineapple.
Are you actually?
I'm leaving.
Bend over.
Did we? No.
No pineapple on my hot dogs.
Did we actually?
It's not funny.
Yeah.
No
Wait. Are
pineapple
you?
on my hot dogs.
Okay. Wait.
I'm going to replace those ping pong
leaving,
balls
I'm
with some
leaving.
pineapple
Marco,
chunks.
I think he's actually leaving.
I'm leaving.
Did we find your line?
Yes, my meat is my line.
My
meat is my line. Corkscrewed or not.
Guys, I think we need to take a quick break and figure out what the hell's happening here. So we will be.
But to shoot some
right back.
pineapple somewhere. Well, I mean, he left.
He left.
He left.
We're normally pretty good about not crossing each other's lines, but pineapple is not a line that I thought would affect Gnome so much.
I don't think he understands what he just did.
The entire dynamics are just shattered
Man, I am going to have so much chunky pineapple here.
on your dog.
Yeah.
He'll forgive us, right?
Oh, yeah.
I mean,
Of course.
yeah.
I think so. Maybe.
He's
I like to think so.
never done this before. But
I'd like to think that, of all the things that, are out there, that this one he could,
look beyond.
with some time,
Yeah. Yeah.
get past.
We'll find out next week, I guess.
Does take his tubular meats very seriously, though.
This is true.
Apparently his pizza as well. I didn't know that about him.
Do we want to talk about Gnome with him not here in the weekly?
Is there
Pint?
more to talk about?
The weekly pint.
Oh, we didn't do that? Okay.
No,
Yeah, let's
no,
go.
the late pint.
We would talk about him if he wasn't here anyway.
You know what? This is true because that is what we do. We talk about the content that we watched and consumed, regardless of who is sitting at the table with us.
Yeah.
Yes. All right. So this week's the weekly pint. I'm sorry, the weekly point.
TWP.
You know Gnome. Hopefully, we still know him after.
Yeah, we do. That's fine.
Okay. What are you drinking, Marco? I forgot to ask.
I got a Masthead IPA.
It is a masthead heavy day for you, sir.
Yeah. Yeah.
The Weekly Pint, episode 262. I'm calling this one because I don't remember seeing a title. Better late than never? Question mark, question mark, question mark.
Yeah.
Gnome came back from one of his 2 big yearly camping weekends. So this show was incredibly late.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't think it was going to happen. I'd actually already shut down my computer and was getting ready to get into bed when my Josh ran downstairs and said, Gnome just went live. And I went, God damn it. Got back upstairs, turned my computer back on, got my notebook out. The schnappening. It was an actual schnapp.
It was a schnapps.
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 Zerbens, the Alpine pine liqueur of the Alps, which he's had on the show before.
The Alpine Pine Liqueur
of the Alps. Yes.
Yeah.
Because it's not a true schnapp if it's not redundant.
Yeah.
I think that's how that works.
Yeah.
Yes. If Gnome was still here,
It's like the Greg Cody show with Greg Cody.
It's like an ATM machine.
Yeah.
It's just adds a little
Automatic
bit of
teller machine.
Exactly. Or I remember seeing an ad. This is geekness, a network Nick card.
The Los Angeles Angels.
This is true. The Angels.
Yeah.
But anyway, Zierbens, it sounds absolutely delicious. I definitely think I need to make a trip down to Party Source at sometime soon to get a bottle. I'm kind of on.
It was a really fun place. When we went, was it 2 weeks ago?
Yeah.
And Gnome and I went
great.
2 weekends
You've
ago.
been there before, haven't you? Before that?
No.
Really? Oh, okay. Cool.
Nope.
Cool.
Nope.
If I would have known, we would have tagged along with you guys, but
I had never been.
Okay.
It was fun.
It's awesome.
Yeah.
That place is fantastic.
Yeah. It was
It's
really
like
cool.
Grocery store and liquor store and cigar store and beer store and everything store.
Yeah.
It's awesome. It's no Jungle Gyms.
It's not.
But it is so hyper focused on the party aspect of everything. I mean,
and it's in Kentucky,
so you can get stuff.
so you can get stuff that you can't get
in
at Jungle
Ohio.
Gyms.
Yes.
So, and that's
Yes.
that's sort of the allure of it being so close.
And really, Party Source for me is closer to me than either of the Jungle Gyms are.
Of the Jungle Gyms.
The Jungle Gyms, yes.
Gotcha.
So props to Gnome for having an actual schnapps for the schnappening. He talked about his camping weekend, which we'll kind of talk about again a little more farther down in this recap. They have an annual luau day,
Yeah.
but this year their luau was cowboy themed.
Yeah.
So a lot of cowboy hats and leis and grass skirts.
Cowboy hats and leis.
And
Yeah. Hey,
and
now.
pistol holsters, side holsters,
Yeah.
and spurs, and
Yeah. Some bandoleros.
exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
So if you think cowboy, do you show up as a like John Wayne cowboy, or do you show up like a bandolero?
I would probably default to a John Wayne cowboy, but I do really like those boots with like the 3-foot long toes.
Yeah.
Yeah, those are pretty sweet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There was a couple of nefarious people in Breaking Bad that had really long
Toe boots.
Toe boots, yeah.
There's an actual name for those. I just don't know what it is.
I don't know. I have a picture of my foot in one of them because at one point one of my sisters was gonna get married, and I took a photo of the boot and like, hey, what if I wear these to the wedding? And then my sister was like, absolutely not. What are you talking about?
No.
Yeah, like no.
After talking about his cowboy-themed luau day while camping, he opened up his beer of the night.
You know what one of the main dishes should have been?
What's that?
Cowboy chili with pineapples in it.
You know what? Pineapples just add that beautiful touch of sweetness to any dish.
Yeah, and the acidity brightens it up.
True that.
Instead of that
Breaks
muddy
down-
flavor of all those
yeah.
spices you have in your cowboy chili.
And it helps prevent scurvy.
True. Yeah.
What more convincing do you need to add pineapple to everything? The beer of the night was Founders Blushing Monk Belgian with Raspberry.
Yeah.
Huge shout out to Half-Ass Beer Review Josh for providing us with a couple bottles of that. It was delicious. I feel that the bottle I had wasn't as had a brighter raspberry flavor than what it seemed like Gnome's had. I kind of wish we could have all just opened our bottles together to see what differences there may or may not have been, because I had mine I think 2 days before the weekly Pint aired, so my recall wasn't as strong.
I have completed everything from the Michigan haul.
Nice. I still have two.
They were.
I think 2 beers.
I was very impressed with a few.
Yeah.
And everything was good.
Everything that I have had so far has been fantastic. Did you end up taking one of the M43 strawberries, or was there too much concern about any lactose?
Nope, didn't have one of those.
Okay. And I know that's been in distribution here before, but I don't know when the last time I've seen any Old Nation in the area. So I don't know.
Some of those M43s go back to when we were at BC's.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely. Yeah, everything that I've had so far has been absolutely fantastic. Can't thank Josh and Draston and Tone enough for coming down and putting up with us, taking them to places that they didn't know existed.
Yeah.
Yes.
And hanging out only for the second time with people they had only met for a few hours.
That's true. And prior to that, only ribbed at each other online.
Correct. Correct.
It used to be don't talk to strangers on the internet and don't get into strangers' cars. And now all we do is get onto the internet to ask strangers to take us for rides in their cars. Like, what happened?
And then we end up meeting up and hanging out.
And becoming great friends.
And it works.
It's
It
awesome.
works out.
It works.
It works.
Yes. I have said to them multiple times that through doing the podcast, through meeting other content creators, we have met the best people. Let's go ahead and keep running through this.
Can you keep going? Okay.
Let's keep going. Let's see. Gnome did not pack the proper beers for how chilly it was over the weekend. But it's like if you're drinking enough, you're going to get warm. It's going to be fine.
Well,
I can understand.
And I agree. I mean, if all he packed was like Crispy Boys and a couple of, Founders beers, I mean, I get where that may be a little bit weird. But they were doing whiskey all weekend, too.
Right.
I'm like, I think you're fine.
I think you're fine.
I think
they were okay. Talked about, and this was kind of based off of a comment from Christine in the chat, how Urban Artifact...
Hi, Christine.
Hi, Christine. We love you. We talked about how Urban Artifact sets a standard for how anyone who's had Urban Artifact beers looks at other fruited beers, regardless of if they are a sour, a fruit tart, or even just a fruited wheat or, a fruited, Belgian.
Here's what
they do with fruit has kind of shaped and defined, at least locally, I feel like, what we expect.
If you drink Urban Artifact.
If you drink Urban Artifact.
Or
yes.
if you can drink Urban Artifact.
Right, absolutely. That is the caveat. Correct,
I went a couple of years ago, I was like, let me give these a shot. And I just want to say, what I was drinking was good. Mm-hmm. What happened to me was not.
It was not good.
And so I was like, all right, I can't do this anymore. Mm-hmm. So I'm going to take everybody at their word, and I'm going to put faith in Brett and his team and everybody that they're doing fantastic, amazing work, and they're winning medals at international beer contests that are specifically, like or Urban Artifact, Brett, they only enter competitions that are,
in their wheelhouse. Yeah.
And
they're not sending stuff to GABF or, World Beer Cup.
They're very highly awarded. So
yes.
I know they're doing great stuff.
Yes, absolutely. Absolutely.
So, but if I am tasting a, raspberry, whatever, that is not a sour, like I feel like I can still gauge if, we're doing this at a high level or not.
Sure. Oh, yeah, for sure. Not trying to say that if you don't drink Urban Artifact beers that you don't know what you're experiencing with any other fruit beer. You don't know what you're missing.
Well,
it's not that.
What I would say is you're right, but if you can't...
Right.
If you can't drink Urban Artifact
your
beer,
standard is just a different line than the people that can and do drink Urbans is. And neither of them are right or wrong. It's just different.
There absolutely is a right and wrong, and the right ones are the ones that Julia's in, the camp that Julia's in, that can have all of those, and the ones that are wrong are the ones like me, which are limited.
Hey, I'm not saying that at all. If that's how you want to run with it, that's on you.
I understand the spectrum encompasses the entire spectrum, and I can't have the entire spectrum.
That's fair.
So
that's very fair.
I can have a 10 on my spectrum, and it could rate much lower on somebody else's spectrum that has more broad...
couple extra colors on it.
Correct.
Sure. Yeah. Makes perfect sense. Doesn't mean you're wrong.
That.
No. That's fine. It's all good. It's beer. It's fun. You know? It's fun. It's meant to be shared, and it is not meant to be spit into.
Should not be.
No, definitely not.
Yeah.
Definitely not. It was a shorter episode just because it did start almost a little over an hour later than
it was after 10:30.
Yeah, but I mean, again,
10:34, 10:35.
9:30-ish. So, I mean, he was still within that ish. But if you do... I say if you want to, you should either listen on your podcatcher or better yet, watch this episode, at the end, you get to find Gnome's life-changing camping food hack. The best way to enjoy the best foods when you are out camping.
Yeah. I mean,
And then tune in live every Monday, Facebook and YouTube, 9:30-ish. And join the live chat. That's really what's most fun about it.
It is fun.
Yeah.
It is a good time.
Before I get to the sniff and sip count and the multiple choice question.
Oh, boy.
Oh, yes. Do you have any other notes or anything else you would like to say about this week's episode of I'm going to do it again, the Weekly Point?
Cheers.
Cheers.
We did mention he was dressed like a cowboy all weekend.
I mentioned that it was cowboy-themed luau night, but I don't think we actually said that he was dressed up as a cowboy.
Dressed as a cowboy.
He sent us pictures. It was...
Yeah.
I would say it was impressive until he turned around and I realized the chaps were assless.
I got to be honest. If I knew in advance, well enough in advance, I would be dressed like one of the three amigos.
Oh, man, that would have been awesome.
Yeah.
We absolutely should have done that. We just didn't have enough time between the Weekly Pint and us recording to...
Well, maybe the Q3 video.
Ooh, we do have to talk about that one.
Three amigos video.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Speaking of our Q2 video, we have ideas. It may be slightly after Q2 ends, but within the next 2-3 weeks, we should have a Q2 video up for you on YouTube.
Yeah.
Trying our best.
Yeah.
We really are. Josh from Half-Ass Beer Review, do you take commissions on doing video editing? Because I fucking hate it. Although we do kind of know a guy who's local.
Right. We kind of know a guy.
If he doesn't want to take the job.
Yeah.
But
He's an
Josh,
accredited
it's all
videographer.
Yeah. He's one of the top videographers in the city.
Yeah.
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 Yeah. Good on him. The sniff.
Wasn't that picture taken with his adventure hoodie on?
I think so, and no hat.
Yeah.
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 It's like, yes, hair. What the hell? There were 8 sniffs of his 2 different beverages.
That's ocho, by the way, in Spanish.
Thank you.
Yep.
And there were 6 sips of his beverages.
That's siete.
Ocho nueve días. Yeah. I only know how to count to 10 in Spanish because of Sesame Street.
Shout out to Sesame Street. New
Hell
season
yeah.
coming out on Max.
I thought it was Netflix.
Netflix.
Yeah. All right, that is 14 total countables for this episode. 28 ounces or 1.3 quarters of a pint. Not bad.
Okay, it's fine.
Not bad. I mean, again, it was like a 30-minute episode.
It's
It was
tough. You know,
Yeah.
it's always tough for him.
Yes, because he's trying to talk and drink. And, because Brett and Mike, they're able to bounce off of each other. They can take breaks from
Yeah, they
talking
do.
to drink.
It's
while they
like hacky sacking.
Oh, geez, here we go again. You're not wrong. You're not wrong. That's all I'm
you.
going to say. Multiple choice question time.
Okay.
Before we wrap up this episode, what does Gnome risk on his camping trips? Is it A, dead battery packs, B, flat air mattresses, or C, carbon monoxide poisoning from the propane heater?
Ours a D, Julia.
Oh, that corkscrew's going to get me every time.
Hepatitis.
Oh, God. That's why you don't share Spurs. He could defend himself or give the correct answer if he was still here, but pineapple's his line.
Yeah.
And wow. Okay, wow.
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 All right, I guess we'll see if we're all still friends after this. I mean, again, like you said, we will
are.
be.
We will be.
It might just take some time.
Well, you and I are.
Oh, yeah.
He might be.
He'll come around.
Yeah.
He'll come around. It's fine.
Yeah.
It's fine. Do you have anything else you want to shout out before we wrap this episode up and go somewhere? I don't know. Whatever we end up doing.
No, I just want to reiterate what I said at the beginning of the pod. 200 episodes, I think, is
Awesome.
And thank you to all the support we've gotten from all the people that listen. Your time is valuable. You can't get it back, and I truly appreciate it. Also, shout out to my wife and kids who support this. We've been getting together on Tuesdays, and sometimes, a day outside of that, very infrequently.
From his 3 years.
For almost 3 years.
Four. Remember,
4
we
years.
keep
4 years now, and so, truly shout out to them, and shout out to your Josh,
Yes.
who
My Josh.
I did not know until you came into my orbit, and I am always excited when I get to communicate with him, whether it's texting about weekly Pint stuff, or he shows up and it's on the pod, or we go and do
Hang out
some
somewhere,
stuff, hang out somewhere, and then to you for taking a chance on somebody who you had not met in person.
A stranger from the internet.
And a stranger from the internet who just was, again, chatting in a chat on a podcast. So
what can I say? It's how the most toxic relationships happen.
yeah. Yeah. So thank you, Julia.
Thank you, Marco. This has been such a fun, wild ride. The last 200 episodes of just Truth, Beer, and Consequences. That
Right.
doesn't count all the bonuses and when Cincy Beer events when we were trying to do that. This has been amazing. 200 episodes is an incredible feat, and I am so glad that we are still going strong.
Yeah.
No signs of slowing down.
There'll be a longer thank you once we get to an anniversary. I would imagine that we'll, put together a
Wax
compilation.
poetic a little more than that.
Yeah, but at 200, that's really cool.
Yeah.
And so, to everybody out there, thank you very much. And if you want to get at us, check out the show notes.
All right.
And
And time for the outro?
yeah,
All right, if you like what we have done, do all the things you know to do, like, review, subscribe, share, blah, blah, blah. Go to truthbeerpod.com. Links to absolutely everything, including our Patreon, which is how you get completely unedited episodes other than the silences when we take a break to get extra beer. No one needs 20 minutes of silence in their listening day. I mean, but Patreon members, if you want the silences, let me know, and I will gladly leave those in.
just leave it.
I'll just leave it in,
Yeah,
and
just
they'll
like-
try to.
just
Maybe
like-
that's what I think I'm going to do one of these days. I'm just going to say, you know what? They can either keep skipping ahead to see
just
do we
fuck it.
keep talking
Just send
or
it.
do we not, and just that'll be one of our 45-minute breaks.
But
it's going to be great.
That'll be like their affirmation. Like, no, Julia actually only cuts out the silence.
That's true. This is brilliant.
Yeah.
And be sure to check the show notes, because every now and then there is a little Easter egg in there. This week you can find out who's getting blocked and what they're getting blocked from.
Yeah. Get blocked.
And last week,
Because I blocked you.
Last week I may have given you away, if you're not a Patreon subscriber, to see what Patreon members get.
Oh,
So check
dope.
that. Did you not read the show notes? Oh
No,
Mark,
I was camping. camping weekend.
You were cosplaying as a cowboy.
Yeah.
It's fine. It's fine.
Yeah. Cosplaying. I had assless chaps.
Oh no.
No, look, here, I got a picture.
No, I don't want it.
See that?
With that being said, Marco, before you put that phone down, what are you going to be doing?
Bring my assless chaps next week.
Tuesday.
Cheers, Julia.
Cheers.
God, it's
We'll
going to
see
be
you guys
so
next week.
cold.
No. Or swampy.